teacher, so I think my voice should carry. Wouldn't need the mic. I'm not an English person to comment on the writing style or the books. I think he said that more than enough. But one thing that fascinated me was that somebody who holds a 9-to-5 job is able to do all of that with as much dedication as the other person and still find time and commitment to complete one book every year, which I think is hats off. To be able to pursue your passion with as much dedication as your work, I think that says it all. And not just him, I would say he has the ample support of his family. I have worked with his wife, wonderful person at all. We all expect that our husbands come home and help us out at home. In fact, if he were to spend a little more time with this topic, probably that would irritate us a lot more. Not because of anything else, but that he's having peace. That doesn't sit still with us. The fact that she has been his supporter, making sure that his daughter and his son, all of them together support him in his passion. That is something really, really amazing. If our family were to support us in our pursuit of happiness, whichever it might be, I think each one of us will be able to do not just our jobs, but something else that interests us. So that is something really, really. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Basha. Each of his stories, as I said, it's all as a middle class background. Most of us have gone through that. We are not from the current generation. So most of us will identify with the characters. We would say that, yes, I struggled like this when I newly got married. This was my condition at that time. And I started a book in a 3-hour journey going to India. I think I couldn't keep that book down. So I put it off till the time that I had the time to read it in one go. And the 3-hour flight, I wouldn't keep that book down. So that's really, really nice. You choose each one of your subjects that resonate with each one of us. And you read so many bad things in the paper. You start your day with bad news, whereas your book gives us something to look forward to. You used to write articles on Facebook. There used to be one article which would come every Sunday, Monday. I would wait. What is going to be today's article? If I didn't see an article for 3 months, I would be forced to send him a message saying, haven't had a message from you for a long time. So it gives you that freshness, that perspective in a world where everybody wants to hear bad things and which makes you feel good in feeling bad. Whereas you have something that motivates you, something that makes you feel that you can go an extra mile. Maybe you can do something better for somebody else. As you rightly said, he probably likes to see the happiness in somebody else and that makes him happy. So thank you so much for giving us lovely books. Thank you so much for giving us wonderful articles to start our day with. I'm still waiting for those to start again. Yeah. So not just the books that you write, but even those motivational messages. There might be hundreds of websites that give you that one motivational story. But this used to be, without fail, 7 o'clock in the morning on my WhatsApp, I would get that message. I would not check my Facebook so often, so he started sending me by WhatsApp. And I would long for it, I would wait for it. So, thank you so much. I'm waiting to see your next book and then every year. Yeah. Thank you.
Next we have Master Mansoor, Rehan Mansoor. Please.
Good evening once again to all present. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be an integral part of the book, sixth book of the second chance, the sixth book of the author, Suhas. Please adopt. In a world riddled with fiction and filled with false auguries of utopia, it is perhaps most integral in one's life to achieve happiness and tranquility of mind, while many turn to material indulgence to satisfy their thirst. It is perhaps the fact that it is the soul's journey to attain such a state which is entirely ignored. This simple yet difficult to understand fact can only be passed by experience. The writer, Mr. Suhas, has kept this fact in his mind while authoring his books, which makes him a standard. His stories are hidden not in long preaches, but in simple messages. Today, people wish to be entertained more than ever. One may not approach to read a philosophical book to avoid the long boring texts, which seem dumbly eloquent. Mr. Suhas has kept this story in such lucid text that it is difficult not to understand. Perhaps this is why his stories appeal to even young people. Most philosophical stories are the subject of interest to the poor, as they require patience and time to understand, something which is missing in our generation, the new generation. These are only some of the ways that the author has kept the young and old engaged in his books. In conclusion, Mr. Suhas has simplified a complex world of philosophy into something totally different and captivating.
Our next speaker is, most of you know, Mr. Ravichandran. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can the last person hear me? Yeah. Ramadan Kareem. It's my privilege to be part of this wonderful evening where we are launching Suhas Inamdar's sixth book on this wonderful, awesome evening. And my heartiest thanks to Suhas and his family for giving me this opportunity and be part of this class. Thanks for that. And it's only us to thank his parents for bringing in Suhas, and the reason why we have these 5 books and the 6th one now, and for next decades to come, 1 book at the minimum, not the maximum, minimum.
KPI, that is my KPI.
Yeah. And the wonderful thing is, in all these 5 books, he has dedicated the books to his parents, and he has cited one of the best attributes which has been taught by his parents to him. So, if you see all the 5 forwards, whatever, that's it. And that means that's the reason Suhas is like this. So, and the reason for Suhas to be like this is his parents. Okay. So, with all that, it's great of you, Suhas, for having acknowledged the attributes what has been taught you by your parents. And this is the learning for teachers like me. Okay, I'm bored, but I'm trying to be young in heart. Okay. And it's all that black color. What happened yesterday to coming here, but I'm bored, but I'm young in heart. Okay. And while self and most of the people who have read these books would have experienced an awesome and wonderful experience, it's important to feel that what he is trying to convey through his book has reached the mind of the people. And always I felt that I'm not reading his books. And always I felt that he is sitting next to me and he is talking to me. And the characters what he has narrated, most of them it will be one of the character from your drawing room or your next door. That has been the success of Suhas, and for being able to reach a wider audience. And his English is so simple. I know his vocabulary capabilities. I know his English capabilities since I haven't been contacting him for the past. Okay, I know him as a writer for the past 5 years, but I know him in person as a professional way back. He's from his Babana Museum way back in Chennai, professionally. So I know him way for the past 28 years, but more closely for the past 30 years. But the words, the way he narrates, so close to your heart. That's the reason you, like, so it's for the younger people, younger generation, mid generation, and older generation. So you are covering for the older generations. That's something unique in your writing. Okay. And one of the articulation what he has been doing is insisting about the self-respect and respecting others. Okay, like Basha didn't come to me. Okay, what makes you more happy? I will be happy when I could respect others. So others feel that I am respecting them. That happiness is the best happiness which he has been doing. Probably partially I am inspired because of Suhas' characters, and it has an impact on my life and my attributes and the characters. So, which is part of his life, and that's the way he lives. It's not that he has to do with an extra care. It's the way he lives. So that is the one which has brought a wider audience. I will give an example. We have been doing a lot of CSR activities. In one CSR activity, to raise funds, we have promoted these books. You may not believe, 49 books. That's and I have taken only 50 books. Out of that, 49 books sold in the first 27 minutes, and the last book was my copy, so I didn't sell it. But there are a others book which again I support. So how is it possible? It is from various walks of the life, and it is from various country people, and that is the electrifying effect what your books have given. And we, people say, we are happy that we are living in the arena where you are living. So we are happy that we are living in an arena where your books are available, and then we are so happy about that. And starting from his books, Power Games of Life, Through Authenticity, and Return Journey of the Stranger, Life Version 2, till Evolving Your Predator's Life, all the characters of his books, whether it is Srikant, Vikram, Pankaj, Amir, till Ram Mohan in the 5th book, and Vijay, have somehow become my companion. Because I found the characters, some of their characters were like my brothers, my uncle, my father, some of my friends, my managers, sort of thing. So the characters you have chosen and the way you have narrated, it has come into my living room. That's the reason, even though it may be an imaginary character, as you keep saying, it's all imaginary, it doesn't relate. But they have become my companions. Okay? And they are part of my life. And I got benefited exponentially. I repeat, I got benefited exponentially because of reading your books. And as I tell, the significance of his writing is the examples, the narration what he gives. And I'm sure that whoever has read his creations, again I repeat, whoever has read his creation, it's not narration, it's not writing, it's creation. But I got benefited as I am. Okay? And the novel idea is, before he started writing the books, this was available for a shorter audience who had an opportunity to interact with him. His idea of writing it through books, it has gone to a wider audience. So from 1 it has gone to 10, from 10 to 100, 100 to 2. Okay, it's going to continue further. Thanks for doing such a wonderful service to the fellow human beings. And I take really from my bottom of my heart, I thank you for taking this initiative, and wish you the very best in all your future endeavors, and my prayers to Almighty, and you be blessed with wonderful health and moral courage for decades to come. And I thank Zobra and lot of press publishers for being supportive to Suhas' writing. Without it, okay, maybe somebody else would have come, but the present situation, they are the reason for us to have the wonderful books. Thanks to these two publishers. And last but not the least, thanks to his supportive wife. type of pressure what he has got in his official desk, I have not seen Suhas not attending the call or not returning my call. And he is such a good human being, not only with positive vibes. I have not come across any negative vibes from Suhas. He has come with only positive vibes, whether it is in person or in some other, maybe over phone to chatting. Okay. So all the time it has been only positive, which is unique with Suhas and which is not available with too many people in this world. And all these things are filtered, put into the books and given to us. So if you are going to read the books, it's to our benefit and our children's benefit. As I was sharing with some of my friends, from the time Suhas started writing books, I have stopped giving gifts to any of my friends and family members in some years. Always I have a stock of his book in my shelf. I only keep gifting his books. Whether it is a birthday party, it's marriage anniversary, whatever it is. Okay, that has been okay. And thanks for that. And the feedback from my friends and family members also is awesome. They also have shared the same feeling what I have written down. And God bless Suhas for your noble job and my best wishes. Thank you one and all. And Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind.
We have a next speaker, maybe Arathina, to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, namaste, and a very good evening to all. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Suhas sir and Sachinama. As we all know, Suhas sir has a passion for writing, and his books are par excellence. I am here to give you an insight about his books. The books are readable by all age groups, that's the best part, aged from 8 to 80. The books teach values in a very interesting manner. The Power Games of Life dealt with the subject of happiness. It emphasizes that happiness does not necessarily come from wealth or power. It often comes from the simplicity in life. Altered Destiny talks about the power of positive thinking, which is very important now because all of us have negative thoughts which are not good. We all have the powerful subconscious mind, which we are unaware of. If we learn to use it, we all can do miracles. The Return Journey of a Stranger reinforces that one must never give up dreaming in life in face of any adversity. One should always be enthusiastic in whatever one does. Life Version 2 is a somewhat philosophical book. It eliminates the fear of death from the reader's mind and it brings out the true purpose of a person's existence in this world. Evolving Paradigms of Life is a narrative spanning 7 decades and 5 generations in a family. It brings out the subtle changes in society and family values over the time period. The Second Chance, spoiler alert, talks about ethical behavior. Apart from being an eminent writer, Suhas sir is also an impressive speaker. I have witnessed him speaking in several events and his motivational words have always made me strive to accomplish my goals. He is a wonderful orator who inspires the young generation to dream and achieve. I wish you the very best for your new book. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I haven't been behind the mic before. This is the first time. First of all, Suhas, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I feel very privileged to be part of this. I found out about Suhas being an author purely by accident. I work with Suhas and I happen to be sitting with a common colleague and friend, Mansoor, who mentioned Suhas has written so many books, and I said, really? Are you sure? So ask Suhas. I have often dealt with Suhas. We meet each other often at work, and this was something I had absolutely no clue about. My instinct first thing to do was to go to his desk and say, "Oh my God, you're a writer? Like, I want your books." I love reading. I'm a voracious reader, so. And he said, "Well, I'll give you some." I said, "Okay, great, I love that." And I happened to go back to my desk and call my husband, who's as much an avid reader as I am, and say, "Guess what? Suhas writes books." And he's like, "Who's Suhas?" "Oh, Suhas, you know the really sweet, Maharashtrian gentleman, he's so polite. Remember, I keep talking to you about it." "Oh, yeah, okay." He's never met you, but he knows of you. And I said, "Well, he's giving me some books." And he said, "Why would you take his books? If you need to support him, you need to go out and buy his books. And that is important. That's how you have to support him." And so I told Suhas, "You know what, I'm not taking your books. I'm going to go out and buy your books." And so I did. I bought his books. I sent it to him to sign all my books, all my copies. And I started reading them. Suhas's books are books that you can read at any level. Today is very difficult, and we've all shared about your books. To find a book that you can put in your home, in a family home, that anybody can pick up and read. And that's what your books are. You have them at home. If I have kids in the house and they want to read it, they read. If I have older people in the house, they read them. And it's simple language. There's nothing flowery, there's nothing, that you don't understand. And you end up reading about a lot of core values and things that in today's life we don't even pay attention to them when we should. So at the end of the day, Suhas, congratulations. We all know how great your books are. And good for many, many more years of amazing books, amazing writing. And to all of us here, we should go out and buy his books and support him, because it's people like Suhas that are actually helping to change the world in the way we think and the way we are. So thank you very much.
Now we have our youngest speaker, youngest reader, maybe Wafa Mansoor.
Good evening.
And I have not seen the leader, I would have actually said that she's the second.
Good evening to one and all present. It was the first time that I received a copy of Suhas Uncle's first book, Power Games of Life, from my father, which totally got me hooked on his books. The reason I got hooked on his books was because of his lucid text, the entertaining story, and the powerful message. It brought me a feeling of belonging to a cult which believed in simplicity and not in long speeches. Over the next few years, by my constant nagging, my father gave me all Suhas Uncle's books, the first four, and each of them had a different story to tell and a different message. These stories taught me that life isn't that simple as compared to the belief in contemporary books. These books are based on real-life issues and stereotypes in the society, like the belief in power games of life, like how an engineer is always happy. I'm already looking forward to the new book, The Second Chance, and I wish Suhas Uncle all the best for his future.
Well, I'll say a few words on congratulating Suhas. I haven't read any of his books, unfortunately. I've been asking for his books, but like Sharon said, I didn't know where to buy them, so I waited for this opportunity. As I walked through the door, I think I bought all his books. So I guess tonight when I go home, I'll be reading Suhas's books, hopefully till I finish reading all of them and get a signature on them. So just a few words. I've been working with Suhas for the last 10 years. We interact a lot. At no point in time did I know that he was a writer. I had somebody tell me that Suhas has released a book, and the first thing was like Sharon did. Go to his table and ask him, "You write a book?" Well, it started off from there that the way we saw Suhas at work was very different. The person that comes in dedicated to work does his job the way you expect anybody else to do, and then he actually finds time to go back home and write a book. I try to learn a little more about Suhas, and every time we interact, when Suhas is in the office, there's so much of laughter. So no matter where you sit, the laughter tells you that Suhas is at work. And I think, I'm told, a lot of his books brings out that energy of the happiness factor, the satisfaction, seeing the world from a very different perspective. Things that I think we today, forget the basic stuff in life. And kids of today are all the time on technology, we forget about reading. And the little that I've actually heard today for the last 30 minutes is that the simplicity in the way he writes is probably something that is valuable, which you don't see in books today. That somebody from an age group of somebody said from 8 to 80 can actually bring out a lot more satisfaction. And so I'm really looking forward to going back and reading. Congratulations to us, all the very best to you and your lovely family. Very nice to see your kids. I've never met them before or seen them. All the best to you guys. Thank you.
First of all, thank you all for being here today and making this event a grand success. When Suhas started writing his books, when he wrote his first 2 books, I thought that will be the end finished. Now I think it will be closed. But then what I've seen is after that his zeal for writing had increased more, and he had been writing and he's written 6 of his books. The journey has really been wonderful and very enriching for me, because every day we have discussions on all this. And then the main, I think what I have contributed as a wife towards him is I always support him. But then I've been working in DPS. My DPS colleagues here will know this, that we keep a lot of effort in school and we bring work home. So that has contributed. So you didn't have time telling. You didn't have time to plan. That's all. Yeah. He was telling that I support him a lot. I was doing my work and he was doing his work at home. So there was no clash anyway. His books are recommended for all the audience from 8 to 80 years. That's what Aratrika has told. But personally, what I feel is, I recommend these books for the younger generation, the teens, maybe 18, 20 years of kids, who in the pursuit of quick success, they drift from the core values. They are under the influence of social media, technology and all that, and they drift from their core values. Suhas's books, what they do is they guide them to take a path in such a way that they will achieve their goals through rightful means, truthfulness and righteousness. That is very, very important in today's world, that's what I feel. So younger generation, I wish Suhas all the success. I pray to God that he keeps writing books like this and contributes to the society through happiness, positivity through his books. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I request Basha and Mansoor, please have some water. I know the program has got slightly stretched. It's already iftar. You have been fasting since morning, so it's not really fair. Please, there is one. I will not take more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mansoor, please. Sorry. Very sorry for this. My apologies. But you can also feel blessed. Thankful that actually I planned my speech for you have made my efforts successful and feel blessed for what I am today. So thank all of you who are here in this room. So thank you. Having said that, now just let me, I know there was a question answer session also which will be contained now because there is no time here. But many people they ask me, and that question I will say, how did you get the inspiration to write? And what made you to write? So maybe that I can just narrate one incident of that. It was on 30th March 2012 when we were returning from a short vacation to Malaysia and Singapore. So we had spent some time in Malaysia, 3 days, 4 days, and 3 days Singapore. Now what I found that in Singapore, it's a very rich country, people are very rich there, it's a very prosperous nation, everything is fine. But what struck me was that the people in the pursuit of getting wealth, I mean, they are always working. I mean, in one of the hotels I saw a 75-year-old Singaporean lady working as a waiter. In almost all the Indian hotels, I found the daughters or the sons and the wife of the owner sitting on the counter. There is no harm in working, but it shouldn't become that it's a compulsory for a person's value is measured from his work for money or earning a value. That's what I found there. So that struck in me that that these people are earning money, fine, they are successful. But when do they get time to enjoy life? I mean, if they keep earning money like this till end, then when do they get time to enjoy? There should be some cut-off point. And that's what was lingering in my mind. So what happened when we were coming back, we had stopover in Colombo for 4 hours. And I am a good speaker, by now you might be knowing already. And so I was with an easy target for my wife and 2 kids who said 4 hours in Colombo and for boring. Please tell us something, tell some stories. And that was how my first story was born. That there is Colombo. Because then and there I said, okay, fine. So because I used to write Facebook blogs, as Itu has mentioned, she has been one of my fans and my motivator. In fact, I owe my credit to her because she gives so much of positive feedback to me that which inspires me further to write and come more and more such stories. So there then I found this story that yes, okay, a person with too much of wealth, he may or may not be happy, not guaranteed that he will be happy. There is a lot of misconception in the society today that if you have a lot of money, you will be happy. No, it is not so. Not necessarily that you will not be happy either, but not necessarily that you will be happy only with wealth. And similarly with power. I mean, many people, powerful people, but they can't sleep in the night. They turn in the bed from one side to another for the whole of night. So this book was formed with 4 characters, where one was very wealthy, one was very powerful, one had a lot of knowledge, one was a motivational speaker. He kept inspiring the people all across the world, but in his own personal life, he was a loser. So this was about power games of life, my first book, and that's how the 4 friends. Then the story developed in the form of 4 friends, and I hope, as Ravi has said, of course, my parents, my father, I'm inspired by his simplistic living. He's 84 now, and he's very hale and hearty. He goes for morning walk, evening walk, yoga, good diet. He doesn't take even one medicine pill today. So I am impressed and inspired by his lifestyle. So one of the characters based on him, that a teacher. I mean, he doesn't have much of wealth, he doesn't have much of power, but he's the happiest among all. They meet at the age of 60 and they evaluate that who has been happiest among them, and they find that the person who led a very simple life, he was the happiest. So that is how it started. Then the Alternate Destiny came, second book. I take around 7 to 8 months to write a book. Nidhi Sharma is missing here. I owe a lot to her. Nidhi Sharma, I mean, she has some appointment somewhere, so she could not come, but she has helped me immensely in my last 3 books. She is the editor of my book, the editor and proofreader for the 4th, 5th, and the 6th book. Then Alternate Destiny came out positive thinking. We have a lot of subconscious mind, there's a lot of power, but we don't utilize it. Return Journey talks about the never giving up in the face of adversity. We all face adversities in life. If somebody says that he has never faced an adversity, he is lying. Or if somebody says that he is the happiest person, I mean, he is, nothing bothers him or he has not tasted a failure, it's not correct. Everyone faces this situation, but one has to overcome that. So that book talks about that. Life version 2 was very different. As somebody mentioned, it's philosophical. It's about a 60-year-old person, a businessman, who is having a very contented life. Personal life, commercial life, he's industrial. He has got good set of industries, and his family life is good. His 2 sons are directors, the daughter is doing their engineering. Very happy, he goes for cricket matches with family to the Australia and England and everywhere for holidays to 2 weeks. and he spends their time. One day, an astrologer tells him that he is going to die in the next 6 months. So what happens to a person when he knows that he is going to die? All of us know that we are going to die one day, but nobody thinks of our death. We think it is going very far. So that has been captured in this book, Life Worship Book, where a person prepares for death. Of course, what happens afterwards is he doesn't die. And then the life, the remaining life, is totally different. How he looks at the life once he has had a close brush with death. That's the book about it. Evolving Paradigms is more of a classic. I mean, it spans for 7 decades how the society has changed. Simple things is, for example, earlier, the people who were born here before 1970s, they would relate, they would have gone to at least some village in their holidays. The younger generation have never seen a village now. So those people earlier, when you go to village, if a stranger is seen somewhere, then people go to him, they say, who are you, where you want to go, they will accompany you to the place he wants to go. Today, you can't take your 3 neighbors on the floor that you are living in a building. That is how the society has changed. So this has been captured. Earlier there were no TVs. In 1970 there were no TVs. People were very happy. They used to gossip. They used to talk. Today if TV is closed for one day in the evening, people don't know what to do. They have forgot how to talk. Earlier the letters, people used to wait for the postman. He was the happiest. He was the happiness distributor person. People used to wait and get the letters and they read. I read my parents' letters for umpteen number of times. When I was working in 1988, I used to get the letters from my parents, and that was a treasure. And I used to read it over and over, and get the same happiness again. Today, all of us have mobile phones which are connected to everyone, but how many people talk? So these things have been captured in this book. Some people call it boring, as like Sanjana is one of my honest critics. She said, after reading this evolving paradigm, she said, okay, fine, what's so great? What is it? I said, this book is like this. I mean, this is what? It's a classic. I mean, it's not like a commercial film or whatever, it's an art film. So now coming to the 6th book, I am very happy, and I have to first of all thank Sanjana because she has been the main motivator for me to arrange this thing and make it to this level. All husbands here would agree that without wife support you can't even change the TV channel. So, thank you, it has been very great. She felt that her logic was fine. How many people write books? How many people write 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th? Okay, it deserves a celebration. Okay. I said, fine, very good. And then we decided, as my children have been very supportive. My daughter has made the video. She spent a lot of time for doing this video. My son has been working for this for a long time also to arrange this event here. So this has the 6th book. I will just say one because this is what we are here for before I close. It talks about the ethics, professional ethics. As Pravdeep has mentioned now today, ethics is a big problem today in every field, whatever. So this talks about the 3 most common professions that we know of, which is a doctor, a lawyer, and a journalist. Today we know doctor, people are afraid to go to a doctor because you don't know what all he is going to prescribe you. How many tests, how many medicines he is going to prescribe you. Corporate hospitals, they loot people. Sorry, with all due respect to those who are doctors there. But this is what it is. So, this is one thing. Second thing is about the journalist. We all know that the news channels are paid news channels. I mean, nobody is telling the news. You don't know whom to trust, whom not to trust. And similarly, the third one is lawyer. Lawyers are for age old. I mean, times immemorial, we know that lawyers are the one who is the truth that they tell the lie. So this is the story of 3 friends who start as children. They are very young, very enthusiastic, very positive-minded children. That they say, okay, I want to become. The doctor says, I want to become a savior. I want to help people to gain their health, improve their health, and all. The person, the boy, the child who wants to become a lawyer, he says, I want to give justice to people. Because after God, it is the courts in India which give justice in the world to the people. And the journalist says that journalism is the 4th pillar of democracy. After the bureaucracy, the judiciary, parliament, and all that, the democracy, journalism is the one which really helps people to be aware of the issues and to make the country run efficiently and all. However, midway through their career, they are distracted by the lure of money, by the power and all, and they, as we know what happens now. So they are reformed one day, but by the time they reform, their past sins catch up with them, and they are caught in a very big, high-profile politician's murder case. And then there is how they come out of it. They need to really struggle hard to come out of it, and then extricate themselves, and then lead a positive life. All my books said positively, so these 3 characters are also reformed, and then they form a society of professional, ethical people in India and all these things. So this is how the 6th book is. Thank you very much once again for all who have come here. I would like to just say one more couplet in Hindi, which is Kabhi Kabhi film song. all of you know, before 60s, 70s, 80s, whoever was the young generation did not, in Kavi there is a song, I do not sing, don't worry. But I will just use the words. Amitabh Bachchan, he says, you know, in one of the songs, he says, "मैं पद्मोपल का शायर हूँ." One of the stanza, it says very meaningful stanza. I really like that stanza and I would like to use it for this occasion. It says, कल और आएंगे नगमों की खिलती गलियां चुनने वाले, मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले, तुमसे बेहतर सुनने वाले, कल कोई मुझको याद करे, क्यों कोई मुझको याद करे, मशरूफ जमाना मेरे लिए, क्यों वक्त अपना बर्बाद करे. Perhaps next, please.
We've been waiting for more actually.
Yeah,
So I just wanted to say I am a very small time author. I am really honored by all what I heard. It really made me very emotional to hear youngsters, Wafa, Aradhika, Rehan, all of you speak. Niku has been one of my inspirations. Always on Facebook, she keeps telling me to write positive stories. I write positive stories every time. That has been my motto also. So thank you for encouraging us by coming here. You actually have encouraged us, motivated us, and gave us a kind of confidence and belief that yes, whatever little we are doing is, you know, little appreciation for us. That means a lot to us. So thank you once again for coming. My apologies to Mansoor, Sheikh Basha, Qayyum, and whoever came because I delayed your iftar. It is really very painful. I know for 12 hours, 13 hours fasting. Please have snacks. Snacks have been arranged there. Thank you very much once again. Books are here. All my earlier books are here. Now the new books also will be here on sale. So please buy your copies whoever wants to buy. Thank you very much.